Good morning. Good morning. Still getting set up. What am I forgetting? At, Firefox? Oh, hold on my tabs. A haircut. Been too long. What are we working on? Morning, Phoenix Firewings. So we'll be working on finishing up the last little touches. Actually, it's more of a sanity check for the two PRs we made for WebSys. One of them's been merged. We don't have to worry about that one. It was all good. The other one, we're going to double check the whether or not something goes here. Um, Stability. We'll be checking on the stability of the APIs just to make sure that we're getting them correct. So I think we can get started. Get going. Everything rebooted. Just that a little bit. There we go. Oh, let's set today. That's what I forgot. There. Oh, Capitan's awake. Good, good, good. We're gonna go to GitHub. GitHub. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Happy to Monday. Is it Monday? It's Monday. All right. This one. So readable stream default reader. We're gonna check the stability of these here, as that was the one question that Alex had. Seems reasonable to me. I don't know anything about these APIs myself, so I'd basically just be trusting you about this stable unstable. Just fine. Was there anything else you wanted to do here before the merge, though? And is this on GitHub? Oh, you missed a link. Good morning, Christo Miss. This is WASM bind gen. We're just making change. We're doing some PRs against WASM bind gen. Because technically we're looking over here, and then most of my other Git stuff is actually in SourceHut. So some of the stuff's available in SourceHut, some on GitHub. But yeah, if you look at some of the SourceHut bits, you'll actually find some more of the actual project pieces. Like Mitch, it's unlisted, but it does exist. Is this public? I don't remember. Yeah, it's just unlisted. It wasn't really to the point where I thought it was ready for prime time, but if people want to go in there and make changes to Mitch, that's fine. We got Mimeograph Cloudflare. The changes we're currently making are to support that one. Interesting, that's private? That shouldn't be private. That one should be public. We created that like a week ago. Should be back. Why is the letter B very cool? I don't know. I don't know, Nightshade, do why? And start up one note. Because it's sitting in the AC. All right, we're saving that one. Nightshade, dude. Go. Dumb. Hey, good morning, Nightshade, dude. Good morning. So yeah, we're not going to do a long stream today. We just need to make sure that there's nothing else that we want to do on this. Let's see. All right, let's double check these. All's changed. Some of this is just going to be, clicking on some links, open up some URLs. Not that one. Some bind gen. This one. Where's the documentation for this? Does it not actually exist? Queuing strategy on MDN? Huh. In readable stream. I think that we actually get a queuing strategy and use it somehow with the readable stream. Let's double check this. Where do we end up seeing something return a queuing strategy or accepting one? In the constructor of transform stream. That's where it shows up. Writable stream. Tests, ongoing work, demos. Last update. What did C say to C++? Damn, girl. Why you got so much class? We're going to save these and attribute them to you. Oh, look at this. All right. Hey, we go into MDN. In this case, we're looking for writable stream. Let's go to MDN, look at writable stream. Writable stream says it's experimental. Okay. You can see that down here, it's not listed as experimental. And this is something that I'm struggling with in that it's quote unquote a living standard. It doesn't say that it's like in draft form or something like that, a living standard, but it also says that it's experimental. And it's actually this second bullet here that I'm concerned about. Its defining spec is likely to change significantly, backwards incompatible ways. Yeah, we don't want to drop that in there. Yeah. So if we pop back here, the spec is probably immature because this thing's implemented all over the place. I wonder if there's a better way to know whether or not something is stable or not. Is there a status page? There's a GitHub. Hey, Custom Blink, how you doing? Haha, raid and run. All right, Toggle. Thank you for the raid, Togglebit. And welcome, everybody. We're also doing a short stream today, but you hit us at the very beginning of it, so welcome, everyone. How you doing? Yep. So we're in the middle of making some changes to uh, a project I don't want to screw up. Welcome, everyone. Some link, the Viking Coder, Mr. Martin, KK Roy. Uh-oh. Got some glitter left on the screen. And thank you for the follow, Kuba. How you doing? Custom Blink, thank you for the follow. So, if you're not familiar with WASM Bygen, they have a couple of crates inside this project. Oh, and Ananta, thank you for the follow. Good morning. Good morning, Panapuddin. Panapuddin. How are you? So, the reason I don't want to mess these things up, JSys, WebSys, is because they're used all over the place. They're huge. If we look at crates.io, we're actually in the process of making some modifications for WebSys. And we don't want to have to force like a version update in case we get something wrong. So we had one change already committed. Oh, we got another joke. Why did they have to bury George Washington standing up? Because he could never lie. Huh? Now, we do punny jokes here, as you'll nice you dude. It's just give an example. An SQL query walks into a bar, sees two tables, and asks, "Can I join you?" Da-dun-tsh. So Nightshade is a frequent contributor to these. Someday we're going to actually modify Mitch to be able to pop these things out. We've been collecting them for quite a while now. All right, back to this guy. This is kind of in a little bit of a chain of dependencies. We're modifying WebSys because we need it in order to work on our Cloudflare project. I do not work for Cloudflare. We're just using Cloudflare and their web workers. So we're working on that stuff. However, we're also building out Mimeograph. That is to support Mimeograph, which is kind of the serverless WordPress alternative. Right? It doesn't work yet. So we're building up some of the fundamental pieces, and it's all done in Rust. We compile Rust, WebAssembly, take the WebAssembly, put it inside of Cloudflare workers, and run it there. So, and once it gets to the point where I can actually build a website for my neighbors, we're gonna maybe do a stream or two a week on it, but we'll go back to the other game project. Love? Game engine? No. No. That's like love. You know? Like, I love my, yeah. My wife got me this shirt. It says, see it? Love 2D is pretty awesome. It is really cool. And thank you for the follow. Thanks, Doc. Twitch Unity. So much love. So, because we don't want to screw this up, mostly because the world would laugh at us, then it's a very useful project. And Alex, so we had one PR already committed, which was great. So this one here, we made some modification to the code generation. Oh yeah. So we're doing electro swing today. I don't know. I'm kind of on this electro swing kick. So we ended up making a couple of changes here that let us use unstable types in stable APIs. And I think we got it at a point where in the whole project of WebSys, it's actually going to be very useful. Actually, I didn't check to see if it affects JSys. It must not have, because it didn't change any of those files. You got it to stream before. I seem to work on very serious things. So, you know, like, yeah. I hope that the thing I'm currently working on will, you know, make $1 eventually. That'd be nice. But they're usually things that will be useful to me. And hopefully this time it'll be useful to my neighbor too. So, I think, I mean, just imagine if you could have WordPress, but not have all the back end mumbo jumbo to go along with it. Well, thank you for the follow, Vlad. But yeah, if you had all that stuff, right? And there's a lot of people, they don't want to spend like $20 a month, $20 a month, or $5 a month on some sort of website. So if you could end up just, you know, having some sort of WordPress that you barely paid for based on how many people ended up going to your website. I mean, think about that. Like, who's got a website, right? Lots of people have websites. The world is overrun with websites. So the best thing that could possibly happen is that, you know, a whole bunch of people come to your website and you get hit with a large website bill, right? But you don't want a small, like a medium website bill or a small website bill if you're not making any money off of it. So we're trying to kind of flip that coin so that you don't have a huge bill. And if you do, it's because you're getting lots of traffic. We're taking away the database portion using key value store, all that stuff on Cloudflare. All right. So where are we going with this? Unstable APIs. I have to check these APIs, make sure they're stable. We'll go from there. Great question, VoidComp. Morning stacking. Screen tearing. Oh, interesting. Let me see. I'm going to change my settings. Let's see. We'll go to 1080. Are you doing 1080p source stacking? It looks good to you. Yeah, I'm going to pop back to the source. It looks okay to me. Yeah, I'm not getting screen tearing in this one. But yeah, what's the bitrate say for you? If you go into like advanced and you click on video stats, I mean that playback rate should be really low, like 1.3 megabit per second. It's low latency too. When I move a ton, the screen is just tearing it. Oh, okay. Here, let me try. Oh, I see. Yeah, so if we like if we move. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Here. Let me bump up the bitrate. It's a compression artifact. All right. Now we should have a bit more. A bit, get it? Bit rate, bit. Never mind. We should be at like 2.5 megabit per second now. So if I do something like that, I think it also happened if the chat did its thing. Should be good now. Oh, Mimeograph. Put the exclamation in front. And thank you for that. I did not see that before. Much better? Perfect. And thank you for that. And VoidConf, is it better now? Because, yeah, I do appreciate that sort of feedback because I don't always get to see the stream. It's better. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now, so we got this big change in where we could actually have stable APIs, like stable types from like a readable stream. Like if we look at readable stream in here, this is the spec, right? This is the RFC. If we look at readable stream, let's go to this, right? Stream garbage here, right? Like this is spec. Now something that we need for our Cloudflare work is actually this guy here, the pipe 2. Right? The problem was that pipe 2 didn't exist here because writable stream wasn't there. So we introduced writable stream. The problem there is that writable stream appears to be unstable. And I can't tell how stable this is, right? It's a living spec. Is this super stable? Is it not super stable? So I would love to find a way to know, like, what is the status of this? How can you actually tell the status of this? Do we have to go to their GitHub and look at like there's like some other sort of status page, or is it actually in the spec, which I've not found yet? And if I missed a question, let me know. Just tag Mr. Halsey on it. How does it store data? Fantastic question. We're gonna kind of do two lines of thought here at the same time. We'll come back to this stability question in a little bit. So Cloudflare has a couple of really neat APIs, right? It is way more than just like a CDN, a content delivery network. If you come in here to workers, they've got this key value store. And I'll pop that chat in there. Oh, hold on. So let's toss that in there. Yeah, I missed the joke. Custom link. An albatross. They love big pills. All right. Okay. Gotta keep going. They've got all sorts of cool stuff. They've got these brand new durable objects. They've got key value store, a whole bunch of other things, right? And I've spent way too long on stream actually trying to get durable objects working with Rust. We had to come up with ways to actually get Rust to compile and to be usable by their system. I don't know. I don't know how many people are actually doing this. But we've even got a little project out, a little stub project. You need an example of how to get this working. Right? Got a little project here to get you off the ground, off the starting line, off the blocks. I don't know, whatever it wants to be. All right. But yeah, lots of cool stuff in here. There are issues, right? Key value store is a global key value store. So if you write on one side and you write to the other side, at at the same time, there's a resolution and one of them ends up winning. Right? You're going to clobber data. To solve that, they introduced durable objects. Durable objects solve that by having one instance of a web worker globally. So if you're on, let's say in the US and somebody makes a request to it, then that's fine. It'll fire up over here. But if you're on the other side, like if you're in Australia and you make a request and it has to hit that same durable object, it actually goes around the globe. So you'll be introducing some sort of latency. So there's trade-offs, right? But there are solutions. You just have to choose the right thing at the right time. So going back to the stability pieces over here, where are we? I don't know. It's going to be in here. No, what? All right. We're going to go to these guys, their GitHub. Let's go to their open issues. I want to see a status. Building locally, blah, blah, blah. Frequently asked questions. I don't. Yeah. I don't see anything about stability in here. So stability. The best I have is the MDN side on it. Uh, so you see some of these are experimental, pipe through and pipe two. I'm surprised that pipe through was already in there. I think we're okay with pipe two. All right, let's just burn through this real quick. Okay, readable stream default reader. Let's do a sanity check here. You know what? Toss that up there. It'll be a little quicker. Whoa, fast.com. Wow, impromptu sort of yeah, bandwidth test. Oh, it's not going super fast today. Wonder why. Anyhow, let's go back to where we were. I hit 386 megabit per second yesterday downstream. The principle seems to be pretty good too. Oh, pricing. Yes, the pricing. Pricing. That's what really caught my eye on it. That you're paying either they have two billing models for the web workers. You can pay by CPU time, not wall clock time, the actual CPU time that is spent using, like running it. Or you can pay by wall clock time memory usage. I think it was the other one. Okay. So in this case, readable stream default reader. This thing's all stable. Right? And this one's in the living standard. Although, why are these marked as experimental down here? Expect behavior to change in the future. That's kind of bumming me out. Like, why? Is it just because it's a living standard? Readable stream generic reader, which is just the mix-in for this. Because if we pop that back over to unstable, okay. See, I don't think there's really much of a question for these. Transform stream, unstable, unstable. Yeah, I get that these are unstable. These two. I'm gonna see. Alex left me this little note here. Seems reasonable to me. I didn't know anything about these APIs myself, so I'd basically be trusting you about this stable, unstable. Was there anything else you wanted to do here before merging, though? I don't think there's anything extra. Yeah, let's reply. Can we reply? What reply? Had a hard time determining how stable they are. The spec is a living standard. I've been relying on MDN. Um, uh, experimental or not. After reviewing again, I'll move them all to unstable as MDN lists methods. Was it of readable stream default reader? Yeah. All right, let's give those a move. We'll give it a move and a squash so it can be merged really nicely. We're going to go into, where is this? WebSys? No. WASM bind gen. Okay. Now, we're going to have to make some changes here. We're going to move. Where is it? It's in crates, WebSys, web IDLs. Okay, gets move. I've got intruders. Hold on a second. My daughters are here. my daughter's been writing. She's got something here. Could we read it? I could read it to you. She's titled this Jackalopes. Story Jackalopes. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. What's the setting? What's the setting here? They're on a starship. Okay. All right. I was on a starship training. Oh, let's see. I was on the starship training a group of my shipmates. Why do you know this? You have claws, one said. It, this is challenging because the one was capitalized. It makes it hard to read. One is his name. Well, it's one said is so confusing. All right, I think we're gonna have to review this and come back to it. It makes it hard to read aloud, doesn't it? Okay, that no. Thank you. Yeah, the camera's up there. All right. We're gonna move. No. Can you not do that, please, right now? Thank you. Thank you. Readable stream. Reader. He fixed it. I don't know about this. They're still not gonna know that one's his name because when I say one said, the quote is, "Why do you know this? You have claws." One said, the man with the blue shirt. And claws don't solve everything. Now give me the sword, I said. The man with the yellow shirt placed it in my hand, point facing me. Wait, like point. What? No, not like this, I said. The other way. If I pull back to thrust, I'd stab myself in the stomach. I pulled the sword backwards, as if an example, then blinked as I went through my midsection. All right. That sounds like a lot of fun. Claws don't solve everything. It's a solid line. Revived. Thank you for the follow. So we're going to move that. And then we're going to move the other one. Generic. Oh, wait. Was generic in that one? Readable stream default reader. Let's double check that. That. Unstable. Readable stream default reader. Take a look at this. So I've got that. Got the read result. Includes this one. Where is that one? What's in enabled? Okay. All right. Yes, but I can't have to work today. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Now that I've explained the responsibilities of adulthood to my child, that I have to work as they go play. I'm going to finish up my stream here a little while, but not yet. So, it's fine. All right, here, give me the next paragraph. I know we're that I'm not a fantastic like read out loud sort of person. Oh, and you agree? Yes, thank you. Yeah. This continues, right? Now you don't pull it out unless it's poisoned. I looked around at the dumbfounded faces surrounding me, then at a man whom had handed me the sword. Is it poisoned? I asked. He nodded. How much? I continued. He looked confused, as if he didn't understand something. I meant, is it enough to kill me in a few minutes? Or is it going to mildly annoy me for the next week? Oh, he breathed. The second one. Thank you. Now we should preferably alert someone. That's a weird, that reads weird. Whom? Someone asked. I don't know. Maybe the navigators? They probably have mounds of medical training. Mounds? Like heaps and heaps of. All right. They probably have mounds of medical training, I drawled. Then snapped. How about the doctors? You German sunset? What is that? What is a German sunset? Not a Russian sunset? It's a And I caught myself. I like it. All right. We're almost through it. He blinked, then shot into action. Pressing one of the many communicator buttons on the wall, he shouted, Gregory to medbay. Come in, medbay. Medbay here. What do you need? I looked down and blinked. Someone had pulled the sword out. My blue blood staining my red shirt purple. I don't think it works that way, right? Like blue blood going into a red on top of a red shirt. Silence, guys. Fine. We need people in the training room now. Grundor is keep it down, you flower garden, I mumbled, interrupting. Then everything went black. All right. Yes. No, that was good. That was good. A couple little pieces read weird. So maybe change those. All right. Yes, and all 71 people listening to this, I hope you've enjoyed that. A little short story. A little we get these occasionally. I hope we get more. Last time we had a little we came up with a story skeleton, right? Little writing project for her. And while that one hasn't come back yet, this one did. This doesn't matter. We're going to clobber this anyways. All right. Status. Let's see. I doubt that in the time we've had to read this, that Alex has actually responded. Probably a busy person. I think Alex comes through and does these things in the morning. Held steady. Yeah. What are we up to? Today we are actually prepping a PR for the WebSys crate. Got about 15 more minutes. So let's hurry up because. Oh no! I've got 45 more minutes. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, got 45 more minutes. Okay, let's get this rebased. We're gonna move that. How many do we have to go back through? Upstream master. Okay, let's do a proper rebasing. Git fetch upstream, because this was actually based on this other one. Git log. Okay, this is looking good. Part 2. Not this one. Adding unstable APIs. Not this one. This is. Why? I think we need to merge it down into this one here. Because this one should have been. This should be basically a non-op now because we just pulled in those changes. I think. Oh, no, 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 we didn't. We didn't rebase on that. That's why it's still there. Upstream master. Hit log. Perfect. Okay, that's out of there. Rebasing off of that. Esther, did you have fixing it? Okay, she's gonna fix it. Yeah, what else do we need to do? 84 minutes ago. So we need to basically squash up to this point. So we got 3 elements there. Hey, thank you for the follow, Narco. What are we up to? Oh, the bad joke. We are currently, making changes to this so that our own little crate, which is called Mimeograph Cloudflare, can be updated to use these types. We had these types in Cloudflare or Mimeograph Cloudflare, but I thought they would be more helpful upstream. So we spent a couple days actually getting this. A couple days. We spent a week. Let's face it, getting this up and prepped here. We even had to make change to how it's doing code generation. Get rebase interactive head / because I'm in Zeesh. Gotta escape those. Gonna fix these up. Gonna be fix ups. Okay. Done there. A log. Oh. Once again, thank you. Okay, then we're upstream master. We're 1 ahead of that. Have I tried Cloudflare Pages? You've been thinking about using it for hosting small client websites? I haven't tried it. I'm actually going 1 step beyond Cloudflare Pages because I want to be able to not have to use a static site generator in order to build it out. Hey, Jitspo. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we need a little, I don't really have anything like this. You know what, I could probably do something. How'd yours go? Um, there's this new thing on Twitch where you get right up close to somebody's ear hole and sorry, I'm a fan of Jitspo's stream. I'll watch them. Watch him. Except I don't really watch the D&D ones, although I should. I'm just busy on the weekends. So yeah, we kind of cross over. Our streams overlap in that sometimes we'll do Godot plus Rust. And Jitspo's doing Godot, like straight up Godot, which is really educational to watch. It's inspiring watching you use. Oh, do you use Blender or Max? You use Blender, don't you? I don't remember. They're doing all your sound work, everything. It's inspirational. Blender, yeah. Actually, went and learned Blender on stream just to be able to do some more of that. All right, so we've got that. Git push dash u origin head course with lease. There we go. Oh, I rebooted. GitHub. There we go. It's pronounced Godot. You thought it was Godot. Wait, Godot. Godot. Yeah. Everybody's got their own thing, but it's actually from a French play where 2 people are talking and they are waiting for their friend Godot. So I try to pronounce it with a more French accent, although my French is see that's even bad. I had to blank it out. Of course, it's the French again. Yes. Password's super secure. I can't even remember them myself. Okay. So we've got that. We're going to do the push force with lease. Tomato, tomato. Yeah, that really doesn't come across on text, does it? All right, there we go. Okay. No conflicts with base. Shoot. I forgot a big portion of this. We actually needed to do this again. Oh. CD source. There. We have to run it from this location. Gadado, Gadado. Gadado. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this is going to take a minute. And unfortunately, I just pushed that. We should be able to squash and make these changes before this completes. This is going to take like 5 minutes there. But I think once we have this done, we'll be good. Because most of this is unstable anyways. The only sort of interactive, like intersection with stable is going to be in readable stream, pipe 2. Oh. Yeah, that's going to run. The next piece that we're going to get wired up is, where is that? That is in Mimeograph Cloudflare. Get status. You know what? I have to do this for Source Hut. Hey, Jispo, thank you for the follow. How have you been? I mute my password entries, so hold on a sec. Yes. 4-3 forbidden. That's right. It does. And hopefully this project that we're building will allow me to redo my website. So that's one of the goals for this. Neighbor's website, my wife's website, my website, all nice click, drag and drop. Actually, I might not do drag and drop, but I'm not a big fan of drag and drop on websites. So, okay. Got that. Get to fetch. That one's still going. This one's going too. Drag and drop. You haven't touched your personal website in like a decade or two? Yeah. My website went offline when I was changing providers. I used to run everything on bare metal. I still would. I prefer bare metal. Bare metal. Nice, clean, polished surface. Cold to the touch. She's laughing at me. Yeah, I don't like furry metal. Yeah, no. No, I like my metal just cold. Yeah. Sharp metal? Depends on what you're doing with it. Morning, Perkin. I'm also like a hobby welder. I like to do TIG welding and aluminum casting. So we'll melt down aluminum and do sand casting occasionally. Well, we haven't done that in like a year. I'd like to get back to it though. Okay. Oh, that finished. Get status. Yeah, those things got modified. Good. Smooth, but covered in rust. Yes. I built any sand castless. I can't. Uh, Are we watching the effects of wool on hair? Metal with a patina? See what changed here. Yeah. Okay, we need these. All right, we're going to come down here. We'll commit. What was that? C. Amend. Enter. Log. Okay. All right, good. We beat it. Okay. Second project. Patina is like an art concept. Patina comes in over a long period of time. Patina on a metal does. People try to create patinas, like simulate that something's old. Like if you're doing I don't know, if you're trying to make something look like it came from the Civil War, you wanted to have some sort of pin or button or something. And that's like, it's so hard to do. Just don't. Okay. Covered. I don't know. I'm still reading through this. All right. Got that. We got that. Let's make sure this kicked off correctly. Want to make sure that the code generation is actually correct. It would have failed to build before. Um, oh, and this should be different. The comment is wrong. These should both be unstable. Rat. Get. Those go down here. Oops. Stable. That's what we want. More like that. Oh, thank you for the follow. Ivanov. How you doing? Happy Monday. One more time. Just, yeah, we're causing havoc with that build. At least we'll get the correct now. Oh, was it not? It's not actually using that? It's not using that. Oh, stop laughing at me. He's laughing at me. Yeah, well, let's update this. Don't have multivim in here. All right. Update comment. Well, that should kick off now. Now that we've got it good. Got it good. Okay. Given that, now we come back to our project. Yeah, that look good. Oh, you think Donut did a good job with the speed rusting on his 3D printed rust logo? Speed rusting? Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. You have a link? I mean, anything that came from an old army, old furniture, right? Like metal on old furnitures definitely develops a patina. Furniture. Did I pluralize furniture? Furnitures. I might have done that. All right. Something that we should think about here, and I know we're slowly getting back to the project we're supposed to be working on. This is all to support it. Um, with these changes, right, we've basically taken everything out of here that is in the spec, right? That's not Cloudflare created thing. And we've moved all of those non-Cloudflare specific APIs to WebSys. It's great. But now we've got kind of a mixed API because the WebSys APIs are a little different. Another point, 3D printed some Rust logos with an iron additive in the PLA. Oh, wow. With some work in peroxides, he managed to get a nice rusty coating. Huh. Wow. Wow. Very nice. I wonder if I could do like a steel or an iron. I wonder if I could find some iron to cast with. Iron, normally I do aluminum, as you only have to get it up to about 1500 degrees to do metal casting with, 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, but I could probably get steel up to 2500 degrees, maybe hot enough to pour. That would be fun. It would take a while for it to rust though. Because rust isn't quite the same as a. You have two bronze busts? They have a patina? Yeah. So we could push this. We haven't done a release of this in a while. We could do like a 0.2, although I'm tempted to wrap some of the APIs. Particularly some of the constructors return result when they don't need to. In Cloudflare, these APIs will exist, and this crate is Cloudflare specific. So no need to unwrap those. All right, just oxidations. A patina can be a little bit more than that. Because let's say somebody's protecting a piece of metal from oxidation, you might actually have the coating that actual. Let's say they're putting a wax on there, putting something else on there. Something else happens, and I'm not familiar with exactly what it is, but yeah, you'll get something other than rust on there, and if you clean it off, that actually can devalue an old piece of furniture. You like big busts, and you cannot lie. All right, let's work at this. So Cloudflare's APIs here. Do we want to create tuple types for these? Here, let's open this back up. We are re-exporting all of these. We could just leave it as is and hope that, someday some of these others will make it back in there. 25 inches tall, full of bronze. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't see KV going into some sort of standard durable objects. It's never going to happen. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. If it becomes like burdensome, then I think we definitely will. I think we definitely will. A family heritage. Wow. Wow. Frickin', how old are those? I'm gonna make a breaking change here. Um, we have a change log. We don't. Maybe we should make one. Abort. Put that foreground. Okay, because we just moved everything, all of these into there. Let's copy that. Okay. Changelog.md. Save. Version 0.1.0. That's the last one. Initial release. Whatever. Then we have version 0.2, which we're working on now. Let's see. Using types, re-exporting types. This is going to be from WebSys. Now, let's see. That's probably just fine for this. Status, get to add changelog. Cargo. Now get. Yeah. 100 years old. Wow. Wow. Oh, and thank you for the sub, man. The id of Alan. Is it like a proper id? I imagine it's an id and not an ID. All right. Thank you for the sub. Oh, and if you guys are interested, we also have a little Discord going on where we seem to have better announcements going out. Also, we do a little. I set up a yeah, id, ego, super ego type of thing. Perfect. So we also recently set up a. I did it yesterday, probably in a fit of, I don't know. Let's face it, it's probably alcohol. But Rust mentoring channel in there. If you have questions about Rust, stuff like that, like to kind of pay that forward. People have come in here and mentored me, and I would definitely like to help others. Let's get, I'll go release a minor version. Yes. Uh-oh. Depends on what it says with features, but it doesn't have those features. Oh, touche. Touche. See, here we have WASM bind gen. Web says we're patching it down here. I forgot about the patching. We can't actually do this until that other PR lands? Seems weird. Guess we could patch it with a git location. All right, maybe we just wait on that. Let's wait until this lands. You're wrapping up a Lua project. And you're digging into learning Rust. Definitely jump in. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's too bad. Okay, I'm going to have to not published this one yet. Let's go back to Mimeograph. Target check. Mimeograph here. Oh, nope. Want to do edit here. We need specific compiler flags. Got our macros, loggers, etc. We'll do a little update, run it, see that it works. I expect we didn't mess anything up. 92% sure. Has Rust updated lately? Nope. Okay. Oh. Readable stream BYOB resolved. Oh, yes. Because we didn't have the compiler flags. Let's see. We'll do a Wrangler publish, env development, and then we will Wrangler dev, env development. So what's next? What we should plan out tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I'm not going to be on. Got to take care of something tomorrow. But the day after I will be. I try to stream nearly every day. Some weeks it's easier than others, but it's been going pretty well. But tomorrow I'm definitely not online. But we should plan what's happening next for Mimeograph. I think we're doing the user list. Huh, yeah, unused variable, user list. Okay, so that's going to publish that. In order for durable objects to be updated, you have to publish them. All right, so let's come back over here. Close that one. Let's open up localhost. Is it live or still? Yeah, it's still in dev. Because there isn't much you can do at the moment. We're trying to get user management done. Once we get user management done, then it's going live. It's going to be start off pretty much empty, right? But as soon as we have security, then it's just going to be consistently rolling out. So here you can see we've got a page not found. That works. And then we can go to admin users. Also page not found, but you can see that it's doing a couple of things correct. We've got a little icon here. We've worked to get templates working so we can have templates. You can see this is actually the mod template engine building this out. We had a couple different ones that we went through. We tried, was it Horror Show? We tried using their HTML rewriter. That one didn't do enough for us. We couldn't actually take portions out of the DOM and add multiples, which is what we would have had to do in order to get that to work. But mod seems to have a very small runtime footprint at the binary size, right? The binary footprint, and it is fast. So that's working out pretty well for us. This is all done with mod. We can post, we can hit durable objects. This would have, that would have returned, hit the right key there. Where's the right key? This button? There we go. Let's repost that. Yeah. So got something was created. We need to get some redirection working, cookies being set, etc. All of this is working so far. What else do we need? So once we have that users list, the permissions, do. We've got the routing working. We created Mimeograph router, which creates a small, as in binary size, WASM size, router that you can use for things like Cloudflare workers. Template generation. We had to redo this, but template does work. Say it's template rendering. We're using mod. Let's update this. But we have template rendering working. I call that one done. Logging in. Yes, this is what we've been working towards. Just to back up a step, we go back into crates.io. Portions of this we're open sourcing, right? Not like the core piece of it, but things that other people would find useful when building out their own Cloudflare tools, etc. So we've got Mimeograph request here, which should probably be retired because it's been folded into Mimeograph router, actually. That last release here folded that in. We've got the router, some helpers, because of the way that creating projects that have proc macros, you basically have to type on in a different crate and kind of pull them together in a third crate. So code gen helpers basically re-exported in router. So get some tea later. Oh, 10 minutes, I'll get coffee. So these are the pieces that we've been building out. And we'll build, let's see. Oh, here's a good example of and you can see if something matched this route, it would actually pass a string reference to part of the URL into be handled here. And then you have a router and end up matching the request. Actually, this is old. I need to update the documentation on this. I think we changed this. Yeah, that doesn't work. We should fix that. This is old. I think the latest version actually broke this because the router is coming in through something else. These are now routes. Oh, no, no, no. I don't remember. I think we did remove router in exchange for routes. And then you pull in a separate function to match through. Then it's set up so you can layer these. If the first set of routes don't match, then you can match a second set, etc. Does the router run on Cloudflare workers? Yes, yes, it does. And let's actually go look. So in here, this is the fetch handler that we export into JavaScript land. Okay. So this is Rust code, compiles down to WebAssembly, gets exported to JavaScript, and then Cloudflare runs it. Now, when a request comes in from Cloudflare, this is their type. Right, these two types here. We get an environment object, the request object, and we package it up into our own object so that we can implement, router on it. Or request? Request. So we can implement request on this. Because this function way down here somewhere actually requires something. These routes take something that implements request. I know the name is reused, but Cloudflare request versus our own request. I'll show you. Basically, you can implement Mimeograph router request on anything, and it can get routed as long as you have a path and a method. She needs to hear what's going on with this. Hold on. All right. So this is what the stream sounds like. Get her to laugh. So as long as you implement a request on something, any type can go through, which is why I couldn't use some of the other routers. Some of them didn't compile down to WebAssembly because they required other libraries. Some were just too tied to their implementation, to their project, and just wanted something simple. So we end up creating routes, and then you pass these routes into something, and my setup's a little complicated. But here, into Mimeograph router, and then you just basically match the result. This is what you would end up seeing in your code. Just one of these, instead of running this multiple times. I have multiple layers that it goes through. First, we try to match the static routes. Then we try to match what I'm calling pages, which is kind of like the WordPress layer. And then after that, you match administration, and so on. So come back down to the bottom. I think I missed one. Oh, session. Yeah, session routes. If you're logging in, logging out. Now, I think that's that stuff. It works, which is pretty good. We're looking at the to-do for tomorrow. And tomorrow, I should really do these backwards. Logging in. Add a new one here. User management. Create user. We can nearly do that. List users. Hey, thank you for the follow. Douglas, thank you. And is it taken all blue? Thank you for the follows. How do I make new pages / content? I'm going to be using a couple of different pieces here. At the moment, we have to bootstrap something. What's it? So imagine a small piece of content on a page, right? What is that Basecamp editor? We might use this one. Rich text. Is Tricks? Trixie? Tricks. Called Tricks. So let's pretend you had some rich text piece section of a page, right? You'd basically go into edit mode for a page in where you would toss something like this if you were editing a component of a page that needed this. So let's say that this was a component of the page, right? Not the entire page, mind you, but just let's say, a portion of the body. And I'm going to call these things widgets. So let's say you had the rich HTML text widget, right? Whatever this is. You had the tricks widget. And you would click, I want a new page. Right? And on that page, you would say, I want a new component. You'd select the tricks widget. And then, stop laughing. Then you would, she hears the music with it too. Then you would fill this out and save it. That would go through a layer here that's not yet described. Right? But then you would have pages management. And some of those values would end up getting saved to the data to key value store, right? So you'd modify one of the key value elements, and that would get committed. It's tricks for kids. Silly rabbit. And then if you needed to edit it, you would click on, edit. There would be some sort of edit affordance there. I know it's really like hand wavy and high level, but see, if we went a little lower level, we would have templates for a widget. So let's say for the user form widget, as this is like our widget over here or somewhere here. Go back one. This is a widget, right? It's on a page. There's nothing else on the page though. But this would be in a smaller piece of the page eventually. You totally type alias that box for future. Yes. Yes. And yeah, absolutely. I thought we had actually something similar to this. And I wanted to compare this to one of the other types. Oh no, there's create result. No, you're right. Yeah. This needs its own type alias. But basically, these sorts of things know how to fetch their own data. So in this case, when this widget gets created, right, a request is made. A whole bunch of backend requests are made, and then they're rendered out. So here's our backend request. This is a promise to data. We get some data object back, parse it, JSON parse, etc. And then eventually we generate HTML for it. And so you might have like an edit version of this versus a render version of this. So if you had the tricks widget in edit mode, you would have all the controls and everything. You had it in regular mode, it would just have the HTML there. Box feature, pin box. Or maybe E, just the output. Yeah, the result is common. One day, box pin, etc. will be implicit. Oh, really? Oh, that'll be nice. We're coming up on my expiry here. Tracking issue for into future. Oh. My daughter's telling me your time has come. Yeah, that'll be nice. But today was a short stream. I've got to get going. Tomorrow I'm off. Got to get some stuff done. But Wednesday I'll be streaming again, and we'll tackle the user stuff. Hopefully, these other pieces get committed. I'm using. We had another PR. Made a big change to this. We modified WASM bindgen. Um, I love it. Like, thanks. Dink. Done. That was it. I can delete the branch now. Perfect. With that. Rust is popular in an American company. Yeah. Yeah, in a number of them it is. It's growing. It's growing. Slowly growing. So we've got one more piece of functionality here. And once this lands, we'll update our other crate. And some of these elements, I've had a hard time. Yeah, I try to explain. But anyhow, I gotta get going. Um, and I need to update the raid script, which I didn't do. I know I said I'd do it. Um, I think session instantiation protocol on WASM. Yes, looking to do that next. It should make return and raw struct instantiations even more implicit when dealing with structs like that. Oh, no need to type self struct. Yeah. Return time is self. Oh, I'm getting overrun with little people here. Let's find someone to raid. Um. Oh. Thank you for the follow, hero. In fact, I think we're gonna raid Urasa. Hey, Commander Thrashton, how's it going? Yeah, we are just wrapping up. I'm out of time. So till next time, y'all. Bye bye. See you, Griffin. You take care, buddy. All right. Bye bye.